Early recreational vehicles were built with comfort and ingenuity in mind, packing in amenities like kitchens, bathrooms, and even rooftop gardens. From luxurious early trailers to the first mass-produced motorhomes, these groundbreaking vehicles came to represent freedom and adventure on the open road.
Here's a look back at 11 RVs and motorhomes from camping's golden era.
Long before paved interstates and roadside campgrounds existed, these vehicles pushed the boundaries of what travel could look like. Each one reflected the technology, craftsmanship, and ambitions of its time, turning ordinary road trips into something closer to a rolling home. Together, they trace the evolution of the RV from a rare luxury to a beloved American pastime.
The 1910 Pierce-Arrow Touring Landau is widely regarded as the very first production RV. Built for wealthy buyers, it offered comfort and convenience for long trips, including a fold-out bed, a sink, and a chamber pot, and could sleep up to 4 people. A gasoline engine powered it to speeds of roughly 20 miles per hour. Inside, leather and mahogany finishes spared no expense, and the cabin even included a telephone so passengers could speak with the driver, an unusual feature for the era. For its time, the Touring Landau was less a vehicle than a statement of status, built for buyers who wanted the comforts of a private rail car without giving up the freedom of the open road. Its combination of craftsmanship and mobility set a template that later trailer and motorhome builders would spend decades trying to match. Pierce-Arrow itself was already known as a maker of high-end automobiles favored by the wealthy, so building a rolling retreat like the Touring Landau fit naturally with the brand's reputation. Only a handful were ever made, and today surviving examples are treated as museum pieces rather than working vehicles, prized for showing just how early the idea of camping in comfort really began.
Built in 1915, the Conklin Gypsy van was among the earliest motorhomes on American roads. Constructed by steam engine manufacturer Roland Conklin, it came with a bathroom, kitchen, and hot water heater. The double-decker vehicle even had a rooftop garden, so travelers could grow their own food while on the move. The Conklin family proved the vehicle's reliability by driving it from New York to San Francisco, earning it the nickname Land Yacht and shaping RV designs that followed. A built-in shower made it especially unusual for the period. The Gypsy van's cross-country journey was as much a publicity stunt as a proof of concept, and it worked. News of a vehicle capable of carrying a family across the entire country in comfort spread quickly, inspiring other inventors and manufacturers to imagine what a true home on wheels could look like. Its heavy timber and steel construction made it enormous by later standards, closer in scale to a small house than a modern trailer. That scale is part of why it left such an impression on onlookers along its route, many of whom had never seen anything like a home rolling down the highway.
Designed by aviation pioneer Glenn Curtiss in 1929, the Curtiss Aerocar land yacht was one of the first true luxury trailers. Its streamlined shape drew directly on Curtiss's aircraft building background. As a fifth-wheel trailer, it hitched to a mount in a truck bed for extra stability, and it offered a full kitchen and roomy sleeping quarters, making it a favorite among affluent travelers. Aerocars could even be linked together, forming a whole convoy of luxury trailers. Curtiss's background in aviation shaped more than just the Aerocar's looks. The same principles of weight reduction and aerodynamics that made his aircraft successful were applied directly to the trailer's frame, making it noticeably easier to tow than the boxier, heavier designs common at the time. The fifth-wheel hitch system Curtiss popularized didn't just improve stability for his own trailers. It laid groundwork for a towing style still widely used by heavy-duty trailers today, a legacy that outlasted the Aerocar brand itself.
Airstream, the well-known travel trailer brand founded by Wally Byam in the 1930s, became instantly recognizable for its shiny aluminum shell, earning the nickname Silver Bullet. The design borrowed from aircraft construction to stay light and aerodynamic. Production halted during World War II when aluminum was redirected to the war effort, but afterward, Airstream became a lasting emblem of the open road. NASA later modified an Airstream trailer to quarantine astronauts after their return from the moon. Decades after its debut, the Airstream silhouette remains virtually unchanged, a rare example of a design so effective it never needed a major overhaul. That consistency has helped turn Airstream into a genuine cultural icon, showing up everywhere from vintage rallies to mobile pop-up shops. Wally Byam also built a lasting sense of community around the brand, organizing group caravans of Airstream owners on trips across the country and even overseas. That tradition of owner rallies continues today, with dedicated clubs still gathering in polished vintage Airstreams, decades after the earliest models rolled off the line.
The 1937 Sherman Cupboard Wagon was one of America's first mass-produced travel trailers. Arthur Sherman designed it to be towed behind an ordinary car, putting camping within reach of ordinary families. It came with built-in furniture, a compact kitchen stove, and sleeping space, all wrapped in a light but sturdy frame built to handle long trips. Its low price and practicality made it a hit during the Great Depression, and it became one of the first patented RV designs, with more than 20,000 units built. By offering a taste of travel and leisure at a price ordinary families could afford, the cupboard wagon helped turn camping from a niche hobby for the wealthy into a mainstream pastime. Its success also encouraged a wave of competitors to enter the trailer market throughout the late 1930s. Sherman's timing mattered as much as his design. Launching an affordable trailer in the middle of the Great Depression seemed like a risky bet, but the low cost of trailer travel compared to hotels and trains made it an appealing option for families looking for an inexpensive getaway. General Motors built the futuristic 1940 GM Futurliner bus for its traveling Parade of Progress exhibition. These buses showed off cutting-edge ideas like jet engines and microwave ovens. Each one measured 33 feet long, 8 feet wide, and weighed around 12 tons, with signature double-bubble windshields and bold Art Deco lines. Only 12 were ever built, making them exceptionally rare. One sold at auction in 2015 for more than $4 million. Though the Futurliner wasn't a camper in the traditional sense, it embodied the same spirit of showcasing the future of travel that defined the era. Touring cities across the country, it gave millions of Americans their first glimpse of the technology that would soon shape everyday life on the road. A handful of surviving Futurliners have since been lovingly restored by collectors and institutions, and they now make rare appearances at car shows and parades, drawing crowds just as they did when they first toured the country decades ago.
Introduced in the 1950s, the Shasta canned ham trailer took its name from its rounded shape, resembling a canned ham. Known for being affordable, it brought camping within reach of many American families. Its lightweight build meant most cars of the day could tow it, and inside, it packed compact but functional living space, ideal for weekend getaways. Vintage Shastas are easy to spot thanks to the signature wings on their rear corners, a detail that became the brand's calling card. Shasta trailers arrived just as post-war prosperity gave American families more disposable income and more free time, and the timing paid off. Their cheerful, compact designs became a familiar sight at campgrounds throughout the 1950s and 1960s, and they remain popular collector's items today. Restoring old Shastas has become something of a hobby in its own right, with enthusiasts hunting down original fixtures and fabrics to keep the retro look intact. Their small size and lightweight build also make them an approachable first project for anyone new to vintage trailer restoration.
First introduced in 1963, the Dodge Travco was a popular motorhome built on a Dodge truck chassis with a 318-horsepower Chrysler V8. Its fiberglass body kept it light and rust-resistant, and floor plans ranged from about 21 to 32 feet. Mid-1960s Travcos came in 6 color schemes and changed little in styling from 1964 through 1980, aside from grille updates. Travcos were fixtures on American highways for long-distance travel until the late 1980s. Its fiberglass shell was considered ahead of its time, offering durability that many steel-bodied competitors couldn't match. That reputation for toughness is a big reason so many Travcos have survived in drivable condition and still turn up at classic RV shows today.
The Travco's rounded, one-piece fiberglass body also helped inspire the layout of later Class A motorhomes, where the cab and living space are built as a single integrated unit, rather than separate sections bolted together.
The 1966 Winnebago Brave was one of Winnebago Industries' first motorhomes, known for its boxy shape and bold W logo on its Dodge chassis. It featured Winnebago's strong, lightweight thermopanel sidewalls, a construction method that became the company's signature. Winnebago built its own furniture and components in-house to keep quality high and priced the Brave at roughly half what rival models cost, fueling its popularity. It was also among the first RVs built on an assembly line. That assembly line approach was a turning point for the industry. By manufacturing motorhomes with the same efficiency as cars, Winnebago made ownership possible for middle-class families and helped establish the company as one of the most recognizable names in RVs for generations to come. The Brave's success also helped cement Winnebago as a household word, to the point that many people still use the brand name generically to describe any motorhome, regardless of who actually built it.
Revcon Motorhomes debuted in 1968, created by John Hall, stepson of Airstream founder Wally Byam. They stood out for using a front-wheel drive Oldsmobile Toronado chassis, giving them handling and a ride noticeably smoother than other RVs of the time. The body was built from aircraft-grade aluminum, keeping it strong yet light, and the brand became known for sleek styling, epitomized by the popular Revcon 250. Production ended in 1989, but the Revcon name returned in the 1990s on models built using Ford F-350 trucks. Because relatively few Revcons were ever produced, compared to bigger names like Winnebago, surviving examples have become something of a hidden gem among collectors, prized as much for their engineering quirks as for their rarity. The low aerodynamic profile made possible by its front-wheel drive layout also gave the Revcon a fuel efficiency edge over boxier rivals, a detail that appealed to buyers looking for a motorhome that felt closer to driving a car than a truck.
Produced from 1973 to 1978, the GMC Motorhome broke the mold by coming from an automaker, General Motors, rather than a specialty coach builder. It used front-wheel drive and a low, sleek body of aluminum and fiberglass, and every version, regardless of length, ran on a V8 engine. The interior felt upscale for its day, with customizable layouts and finishes available. GM built 12,920 of these motorhomes, and an estimated 9,000 are still on the road today. Its unusual engineering made the GMC Motorhome a favorite among enthusiasts long after production ended, and dedicated owner clubs still restore and maintain them decades later. Few vehicles from the era combined that level of innovation with genuine everyday livability. Part of the appeal is how far ahead of its time the chassis felt, borrowing front-wheel drive and independent suspension ideas rarely seen on motorhomes before or since. That reputation is why active GMC motorhome clubs still hold rallies and swap restoration tips to this day.
From ornate Edwardian-era touring cars to boxy assembly line motorhomes, these 11 vehicles show just how much creativity went into reinventing travel over the decades. Each one solved the same basic problem in its own way: how to bring the comforts of home along for the ride. That shared spirit of invention is what continues to draw collectors and camping fans to these classics today. Which of these classic RVs or motorhomes is your favorite? Share your best camper memory in the comments below.